What is the deal, nation? Happy Monday, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. Preseason week 2 in the books. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off, y'all.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! And for the touchdown! Through from behind! Ball's out! Big man running! Raiders!
Yo, what is the deal, nation? Happy Monday, y'all. Salute to everybody in the building and everyone pulling up. Welcome to another Raiders Unfiltered. I'm your host. I'm Jay Raider. Again, let me go ahead and acknowledge everybody in the building. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We're going to go ahead and get into the game versus the Niners in just a bit. But always got to shout out my peeps already here. Salute to my guy, Yaya. What it do, my guy? Tony Chef. What it do, brother? Good seeing you, man. Salute. Jack Kenna in the building. One of the mods here at Just Raiders. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up. My guy, Geomex in the building. With the hold on, bro. You already know what time it is. Seawood.
Raiders!
Yeah, that's right. Raiders all day, baby. Shout out to my guy Dixon in the building. Hey, bro, you're not gonna get fined by me. It's all good. It's all good. Frank Weber, what it do, my guy? Salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Gio's like, why am I so obsessed with this team? Because this is the motherfucking best team in the NFL, dog. You already know. Even though we might not win a lot, we just got that swag, dog. We got that swag. Darren in the building. He's already with the
Raiders!
Yes, sir. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Salute. Shout out to my guy, Sacktown Raider Mike in the building. What it do, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. All right, y'all. Raiders versus Niners, man. It was another fucking nail biter. I keep saying it to y'all. These fucking games are going to be close. It's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different. So, but definitely was a nail biter for sure. But let's go ahead and start kicking things off, y'all. Starters definitely had a longer playing time this game, got more reps. They played a full quarter of work, which is great. We got to see kind of what this offense, previewing kind of what this offense is going to go ahead and look like this season coming up. Though we did not get, this is not the playbook. This is not the playbook, y'all. It's still vanilla offense, as we saw. When you see like a whole lot of trick plays or anything like that, it was just some basic shit. But the basic shit looked good. And that's what I wanted to see. That's what I was looking out for, especially in that first quarter when our starters were out. We're going to go ahead and start kicking some things off here. But Gino's performance, man, I like Gino's performance. Let me go ahead and hit this box score real quick. Um, Geno Smith, 6 of 8, 55 yards. He did not complete a touchdown pass, but looked good. 6 of 8, really, really good. He did find Brock Bowers. We're going to go ahead and play some footage of Brock Bowers in just a bit. Ashton Genty looked great. He tried to go ahead and connect with Dante Thornton a couple of times. Was not able to go ahead and really get that going. But other than that, he did look good. So I'm very impressed with what Gino performed. No turnovers. That's the biggest thing here. Um, line did much better, and we're going to go ahead and really start kind of breaking that down in just a bit as well. But yeah, overall, Gino did look good. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip of him finding Mayer from in the red zone. Look good, love it. Let me go ahead and share that with you guys. And here we go. Let me. Oh, there we go. Go ahead and add that to the stage. All right. Shout out to Marcus Johnson with the footage. Go ahead and give him a follow on X if you don't follow him already. There you go. Beautiful. Finding Brock Bowers down the middle. Gino having time in that pocket. That's the important part. As you see, even Parham looked better. Surprisingly, I never thought I was going to say that. But yeah, he did look better for sure. Gino finding Brock Bowers as well. Brock Bowers with amazing catch, man. That was something beautiful as well. So let me go ahead and pull that clip up real quick. I think I have it here. Hang on 1 second. May not. No, I don't got that clip. But I'll find it in just a second. Really quick, let me go ahead and again go back to the chat. Let me know what you guys think about the performance from the starters on Saturday. Looking good, looking good. Really quick, let me go ahead and go back here. Gio says great first 2 drives. Yep, for sure. Let's see. Shout out to my guy, Raider Nation, Jason in the building. What it do, dog? Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Yes, sir. Hit them thumbs. Appreciate you. Gio says major upgrade on offense, defense not so much. Except I like our front 7. Yep, we're definitely going to go ahead and get into that in just a bit. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy, Bloody Raider. Appreciate you pulling up, brother. It's always good to go ahead and have you on the show, supporting, man. So I couldn't do this without you guys, to be honest with you. You guys really are the ones that make the show. So all the props, all the love going out to you guys, for sure, 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this. Oh, here we go. Got it. All right. Here, let me go ahead and share this with you guys. There we go. All right. And this is Brock getting hit. Here we go. But even that, Gino doesn't really hold on to the ball, and if he needs to, he can go ahead and make a play with his feet, scramble, throw the ball out of bounds. Um, something that one of our other quarterbacks has kind of trouble doing themselves. And we're going to go ahead and get into that in just a bit, of course, for sure. Let's see here. But Genty, let's talk about Genty, right? Big thing here with Genty, we saw more production from Ashton Genty, where there were some people out there already dismissing him, calling him a bust. And I said it loud and proud, y'all. We can't judge Ashton Genty on 3 carries. Can't. It's hard to go ahead and really, really put our finger on something when, for one, our O-line played terrible versus the Seahawks game. That was not a good game for the O-line. Provided no protection or very little protection and didn't really open up any lanes. But now we got to see more of Ashton Genty come this game. 7 carries, 33 yards, an average of 4.7 yards per clip. These are the fucking numbers that we've been talking about, right? 1 touchdown. Got his first NFL touchdown. Though it's preseason, still got his first NFL touchdown, which was great. So let's go ahead and get into some Genty, y'all. Let me go ahead and go back here. There we go. All right. Let me go ahead and go with this clip real quick. And shout out to Raiders Resistance. If you don't follow Raiders Resistance, make sure you go on Instagram and X and give them a follow for sure. Always come with the fire content. But Ashton Genty running over motherfuckers. That's what time it is. I was like, oh shit. Damn. There you go.
He is bouncing off the get rejected.
That is very important when it comes to the season coming up for sure. Let me go ahead and pull up some more Genty footage I got for you guys here. Hang on 1 second. There we go. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so Genty, again, that was really the name of this game that we had on Saturday, was that the O-line stepped up, provided more lanes, provided more protection, more time in the pocket. And I'm very impressed with their play. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the O-line performance, but definitely got to go ahead and give them their flowers on this big change, man, because it was something that definitely needed to be addressed. We called it on the Connection show, called it on the pregame show on Saturday. O-line needed a block. O-line needed a block for sure. Really quick, let's see here. There you go. Thank you to the 12 teams that passed on Bowers. For real, dog. For real. Because everybody fell asleep on Bowers, and next thing you know, boom. We picked up the best tight end in the NFL, hands down for sure. Let's see here. There you go. Thanks for the 5 teams that passed on Genty. 100% for sure. My guy Jason says Genty has that smooth Heisey too. Yep, for sure. 100%, dog. 100%. And that's where we're starting to see some of what we expect from Ashton Genty. We got to see a glimpse of that in this game, so I feel very, very confident about Genty in this upcoming season. And we're going to go ahead and get into the offense overall in just a bit. Good feeling to get off work and get ready. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Jerome in the building. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Shout out to everybody at work. If you're on the way home, if you're heading to work, man, if you're at the crib, you at the castle already, if you at the side chick's house, wherever, man, I don't judge. It's all good with me. Appreciate everyone pulling up and rocking with me on this Monday night, Monday afternoon. If you're on the West Coast for sure, but let me go ahead and get back into it. O line performed better again. We saw the protection for Gino. He had time in the pocket. He was able to go ahead and find his guys: Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Trey Tucker. Um, let's see here. As far as receivers, Brock Bowers, Trey Tucker. Um, Trey Tucker only had one reception for 6 yards, but he was able to go ahead and find him. Ashton Genty as well. Jacoby Myers, he had that catch as well. But he had time in the pocket to go ahead and make plays for sure. And that's definitely what we're going to go ahead and need going into this 2025 season. We definitely need that line to go ahead and perform, protection, open up lanes, especially if we're going to go ahead and get that run game going. Now, we saw the play action from Gino when Genty was on the field. We had guys bite on that, and that's all because of that threat that Genty provides, right? If you don't take against Genty seriously, this guy's going to go ahead and gain, 6, 8, 10 yards on a run. That's just how it is, So, definitely gotta go ahead and make sure you're covering that dude 100%. Let's see here. I got some footage for you guys on some of the performance by the offensive line. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. All right, so I got Dylan Parham. Let me go ahead and pull that up. All right. Let me lower that. There we go. I gotta make sure I can't blow it up too much because YouTube be regulating. So shout out to Sanjeet. If you don't follow Sanjeet has great breakdown. Make sure you guys go ahead and give him not only a follow on Twitter, but also subscribe on YouTube for sure. But he does really go ahead and break this play down by Dylan Parham. Let's go ahead and get into that one. This season, I really didn't. Looking at the performance from last year, and I along with Jeff, we've been very critical of him. We have been, and so it's good to go ahead and see him kind of turn it around and start really, putting some good performances out there. Definitely going to need it. Let me go ahead and get into JPJ as well. Here we go. Put that up. And great blocking by JPJ as well. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you see, he's doing what he does best. Pushing these guys around, being that big bully on that right guard. He gets 92 clean. 92 has no chance on that play. So glad JPJ is really settling into that guard position as well. Meredith is also coming along in that position. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna get Pete's take. I have Pete's take on Jordan Meredith. We're gonna go ahead and get into that. Let's see here. Do I have anything more from Meredith? No. So this is Pete's take on Jordan Meredith and what he's done. Um, this is the presser he did the other day. Um, so let's go ahead and get into that again. Shout out to um, Raiders Resistance. Shout out to him on the fire content as always. Let me go ahead and pull that up.
And is really holding on to his spot. I really like him playing there for us. I think he helps everybody, and that's a real positive aspect of your front play when your center can really communicate and be consistent and be on point all the time. Jordan is really holding on to his spot. I really like him playing there for us. I think he helps everybody, and that's a real positive aspect of your front play when your center can really communicate and be consistent and be on point all the time.
There you go. There you go. That's Pete on Meredith. So going into the O-line, this is probably going to be it, guys. Honestly, you're going to have Colton Miller from left to right. It's going to be Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jordan Meredith. Got JPJ on your right, Glaze on as right tackle. Right. And no, I know that there's still a lot of people out there that want JPJ to be slid back into that center position. I mean, if the change is going to be made, it has to happen like now. And again, this goes all back to continuity. You know, everybody has to kind of start getting in sync. That line looked way better than it did that week one, right? And that goes to show having guys working together consistently through practice and training camp, they're just going to start meshing. They're going to start vibing. Guys are going to know what the other guy does on certain plays, certain situations. You know, what guy are they supposed to go ahead and take on, et cetera, right? Changing that up might mess some of that continuity up. On top of that, talked about the other day, last week on the Connection Show and Good Morning Raiders, we talked about how JPJ struggled running that center position with communication, the hand technique, all that stuff that comes along being at that center position in this year too, right? So a little bit of sophomore slump for him. That doesn't mean that he just completely flat out sucks. Not saying that. The thing is that you got a guy who came in, who really studied the position, and this regime really likes him at the center position. Right now, we got to see the performance of that, you know, this past weekend, and the biggest thing here that we got to go ahead and really question and really take away from this is that can we keep this consistency up? Right now, if they can keep this type of play up, then it was the right move to make. Obviously, if shit's, you know, when it comes to week 1, week 2, and we're having bad performances, bad protection, we cannot open up lanes for Genty, and the run game is really struggling, we're definitely going to go ahead and question whether or not this was the right move, right? Because JPJ, coming from college, being that Remington winner, having all those years of experience at center, running that center position, and we saw the body of work from last year when he was at guard, then when he was flipped over to center and really running that center position, how the progression literally jumped from like almost night and day. We're going to go ahead and question that right now. You could also attribute that to what type of scheme, top blocking scheme the previous OC was running. I forgot his name. Thank God, because I don't want to go ahead and remember that dude's name anymore. Until the Turners and Joe Philbin took over, then we got to see an improvement, right? So a lot of it was probably what the OC at the time was running. Now you got Chip Kelly in here, and he's running a different type of blocking scheme, right? So it might just be a thing where this new scheme, whatever they're running at, he might be struggling, and Jordan Meredith might be just better at it, It might be that, right? Either way, whatever it translates to, we just need to go ahead and really see that performance translate to on the field in protection, in blocking, opening up lanes, opening up the gaps. So that way Genti could go ahead and go to work and do what he does best. Now we see that with blocking, with gaps being opened up, he can do it. He can do the damn thing. There's no question about that for sure. Um, but yeah, Meredith is for sure taking control of the starting center job. 100%, 100%. So I think this is going to be the starting O line going into week one. I don't see it really changing much, to be honest with you guys. I really don't. Again, you guys let me know your thoughts on Gino's performance, the O line's performance. Let me know your guys' thoughts. What did you guys go ahead and take away from this Saturday's performance versus the Niners, our starting squad? We're going to get into the backups and all that. That was a whole other thing, right? And it didn't look really pretty, but it is what it is. We know that there's guys out there that are competing for a roster spot. They're competing for jobs, right? They have one more shot, one more game this weekend coming up versus the Cardinals in Phoenix. I'm gonna be out there for sure. I'm gonna be boots on the ground watching these guys. So definitely gonna go ahead and give you probably better insight being at the game. Though I'll have the fam with me, so I'll try to go ahead and get as much content as I can. But definitely, I'm very excited to see Gino and Genti in person. Live, doing the damn thing, just giving us a sneak peek of what's potentially to come in this 2025 season for sure. Let me go ahead and hit up the chat again. Salute to everybody in the building, rocking with me on this Monday night, Monday afternoon, wherever y'all be today, to go ahead and just chill with your boy here and talking some Raider football. Let's go ahead and get into it for sure. Gio says, I'm sorry, I feel Mostert is taking up an undeserving roster spot. His injury history is ridiculous. He was good 8 years ago. Looking at, let me go over into the rushing aspect. I highlighted Genti because Genti was really the guy that I was really concentrated on in this game. But there was other guys out there that did some work as well. Chris Collier had 4 carries, 26 yards, average of 6.5. Obviously, he didn't have as many carries as Chen, but he did pretty well. Raheem had 9 yards, 3 carries for 9 yards, average 3 yards per clip. Lobby only had 2 carries, 5 yards, 2.5 per clip. And then Zamir White, Jasir McCormick. Zamir had 5 yards, and then Sincere had 2 yards only. And that's pretty much it. So Chris Collier definitely is contending for a roster spot. He's had 2 pretty good games. I'm impressed by this kid. So definitely could be either the 3rd or 4th back to be in this roster. It just depends how many they want to go ahead and carry. Zamir, I'm still not 100% sold on Samir. Sincere also too. We need to see more. So somebody from that bunch is going to be kicked down to the practice squad. I don't think they're going to go ahead and completely cut these guys, but Dylan Lobby, I'm not worried about him. He definitely has a shot to go ahead and make this roster spot because also of his special teams play. Zamir has probably a better shot to possibly stay on the roster because of that. They're having to go ahead and I think they're having him do some punt returns, kick returns. So he might earn a roster spot through that, not necessarily being a third or fourth running back in that rotation. So we'll see. But yeah, Chris Collier definitely a guy to go ahead and look out for sure. Shout out to Raider Nation 510. He says Lucky Tossie. Yeah, man. He's there. Still rough, but he is a project for sure. GMX says JPJ will open up holes with Genty like Moses did for the Red Sea, baby. Talk, baby, talk. For sure. 100%, bro. 100%. You already know what time it is. Yes. I think he has a really good shot at making this roster. 100%. I really do. He's a diamond in the rough, and not only that, he can go ahead and play D-line as well. You know, if you need to go ahead and put an extra body in for a goal line situation, that's going to be your guy. For sure. Shout out to my guy Anthony in the building. What it do, brother? Salute to you, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Yes, sir. Hey, you know, I know you have a hard time getting a membership over there at OLV, but if anybody goes to it, you might get one here, dog. You might get one here. It might just be you just got the bad luck algorithm over there. I don't know. Salute to you though, brother. I appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to all of you as well, man. He was out there. Graf was out there at the game this past Saturday doing the damn thing. So shout out to him for sure. Raider Nation says Chris Collier much better at running the ball than Zamir. Yep, I agree, dog. I agree for sure. He just looks crisp. I think he just has the better vision. That's what it is. Yaya says, has Lauby redeemed himself? Can you see he is fighting for? Oh yes, 100%. The dude definitely wants to go ahead and be on the team. I think he can. I think he can definitely make this roster. Again, it's going to be through the special teams portion of it. I don't think he's going to be that, you know, fourth, fifth back or third back. It's definitely going to be through the special team side of it for sure. 100%. See, there you go. Shout out to Super in the building. What it do, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. Dylan Lobby can also cover kicks, but they had Zamir running back kicks as well. Well, it's good, fam. Yep, exactly. It is a definitely a contention for making roster spots. They have one more shot really to go ahead and showcase their shit next weekend in Phoenix versus the Cardinals. We'll see how they do, you know. For sure. See? Great Dog Gang in the building. Yeah, brother. For sure. There we go. So I gotta get rid of some of them bots, man. They gone. All right. Yeah. There you go. 16th. There you go. Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and continue on. But receivers performance. So we saw what Brock Bowers did. He had some good touches. Bash is a guy that I want to go ahead and really start talking about. We got to see some good shit from him finally. Let me go ahead and give you guys kind of the receptions here of the receiving. Carter Runyon, new guy trying to make the squad. 2 receptions, 29 yards. Cedric Jackson, 3 receptions, 28 yards. Then you have Brock with his reception for 28 yards, doing the damn thing. Bash had 2 receptions, 21 yards. Ishmael had 2 receptions for 20 yards. Colin Johnson, 2 receptions, 18 yards. Raheem Mozart, 3 receptions for 16. Alex Bachman, 2 for 15. Mayer had that one reception for 11 yards. Alberto, 1 reception for 11 as well. McCormick had 1 reception for 9. Trey had 1 for 6. Jacoby 1 for 4. And then Ashton Genty 1 for 2. So there you go. Obviously, Carter Ringen showcases some of his stuff out there now. I don't know if this kid potentially makes a roster, right? So the jury's still not out on him. Shedrick Jackson continuing to go ahead and really impress people. So we'll see if he can go ahead and put up even bigger numbers this game coming up. He might fuck around and be that 4th or 5th wide receiver, probably that 5th wide receiver, possibly. Jack Besh, we finally go ahead and start seeing production from him and connecting with AOC a couple times. So got to see that. Colin Johnson as well. He might fuck around and possibly make this roster. Same thing with Bachman. So outside of him, it's going to be tough with Ishmael, Alberto. I just don't know. And Carter Ringen. We just don't know. We need to see more body of work. Again, they may or may not make that roster, but they are on the bubble. Shedrick is just continuing to go ahead and climb the ranks. And as a guy definitely that I'm very excited to go ahead and continue to see more work from him. Let's see here. I think you got some stuff from them. Let me take a look. No. Okay. But I just wanted to go ahead and cover the receivers. So, but yeah, impressed with Jack Besh. I'm glad to go ahead and start seeing more from him for sure. Let's move on to this subject. And I know it's a little touchy, but we got to definitely talk about it. AOC performance. Talked about it in the post-game reaction show. Little, if you guys caught that, it was definitely good times had by all on that one. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the prognosis is he did not have a good performance. I was not impressed by anything he did. He looks slightly better, but you're just trying to make something really out of nothing, right? Let me go ahead and go over the box on Aiden O'Connell. 15 out of 23, 138 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns for him. So yeah, not a good, not a whole lot impressive on Aiden O'Connell. I think he got sacked a couple times as well. So yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot from Aiden. Obviously, there's questions now whether this system is the right fit for him, and that's probably what's going on. It's just that this is a different offensive coordinator running a different type of system. Though we're seeing him in a vanilla offense. Once pressured, he gets flustered and he panics. He doesn't know what to do. And if he forgets to go ahead and throw the ball away, it's kind of rough. But I wanted to go ahead and play this clip. This is Pete on Aiden O'Connell, and he kind of talks about how AOC slows down the momentum. We saw the difference between Geno Smith and how he is able to go ahead and really drive down the field. Great drive, that opening drive. Last year we didn't see a whole lot of that from AOC. Really kind of struggled to go ahead and really get any type of rhythm going. So we kind of see the difference on that. But from what I saw on Saturday from Geno, then when AOC came on, then from when Cam came on, there's a distinction between performances from all three quarterbacks, right? Even if Cam didn't have the best showing on Saturday, that momentum was different from AOC, So let me go from Pete. Again, shout out to Prez, Raiders Resistance. Make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow if you don't follow him already on Instagram. But here's Pete.
He was right on everything. Tempo was good. I thought Aiden continued to a little bit. We're not quite as fast when he's playing. We don't play as quick to the from huddle to the snap. Still trying to work that out, and made a poor choice on the throw for the pick. Unfortunately, at a crucial time, that was tough. Just the guy was covered, and if he had to throw it away or take off, we would have preferred that. Gino.
Yeah. So that was Pete on Aiden. Obviously, you heard him. Hey, I'd rather him either, throw it away or done something else. Pete is finally starting to see, I think, what everybody else has been talking about. I think he's already seen it. He, obviously he's going to go ahead and try to give him his fair shot. But we're starting to see that, right? He's starting to see that. And I said it last week. I think I've said it before. This is AOC's job to lose, right? There's nothing that has been etched in stone that AOC is going to be QB2. Cam Miller has definitely a shot to go ahead and fuck that up and take his place and be that backup behind Geno Smith, right? Let me go ahead and kind of read you Cam's box score from Saturday. He was 2 of 6, 25 yards, had that one interception kind of towards the end. And it sucked, but even with that play, I still did see some poise from him. I would have liked to see a longer series, but honestly, it was kind of the same time that he came in as he did the previous week. They tried to go ahead and basically give him the whole fourth quarter to run, but by the time they got the ball back and everything, it was just like about 9.5 to go again in the fourth. So we didn't get to see a whole lot from Cam, but definitely a little bit different turnaround this time from Cam Miller. But either way, what do y'all think about AOC and his performance? And do you guys think that he's still going to be possibly quarterback QB2, or is he gonna? Does he really have that chance to lose that job to the rookie Cam Miller? I don't know. Let me know. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Any mods that are here, make sure you guys go ahead and kill those bots that are trying to go ahead and invade the show here. Sometimes I'm a little bit preoccupied. I try to provide content to this show. I don't get to go ahead and catch these all like immediately. So I'm not sure who's here, but make sure you guys go ahead and just get those guys out of here for sure. Let's see here. Make sure. Okay, here. Yeah, see. Appreciate you, Troy, pulling up. Yep, definitely need a backup quarterback. Yeah, see. Yaya says Pete basically said in the same pressure that AOC is slow. 100%. He has concrete feet, bro. It's mobility's not a strong suit. That's just, we know that. That's just what it is, and his thing is that if you're able to go ahead and provide, a good pocket presence where he doesn't really he can just sit back and see how things develop, which this type of game, the way it is now, has evolved where it's just so much faster and is really, really mobile quarterbacks or quarterbacks who have mobility really shine more. It's going to be that type of game all day. So he's going to really struggle in something like this where, he can't just sit back in the pocket anymore. Just not about that. Excuse me. Super says he just doesn't look comfortable in this offense. Carroll even suggested that he run. He needs side to side shuffle. Should study Jared Goff footwork. Can get better and finding where the rush is coming. Yeah, exactly. He needs to be able to go ahead and pick those up. He also has that struggle trying to pick up like certain blitzes and whatnot. So I don't know really what kind of goes on there per se, but yeah, he struggles for sure. Let's see here. Reese says they should have been working on his foot speed with Max at 5 a.m. for months. I'm not saying he's not trying, but for 40 million, I'm up at 5 a.m. working high knees, ankle weights. There you go, brother. There you go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, there you go. Put this dude on 24 hours. There you go. All right. My guy Gio says, coach is trying to figure out how he can trade AOC for Parsons. Bro, you need to set that up with like another player or some shit like that and throw a bag of money at it to be able to go ahead and work that out. I don't see that happening. Coaches see that type of play, bro, they'll be like, we good. Let's see here. Troy says, I don't want Cam Miller to go in if Geno gets hurt. He's not ready. If he goes, that's the season. Honestly, bro, like again, knock on wood, I don't see that potentially happening, right? But obviously, you never know. This is a contact sport. It is what it is. I think Cam has promise. He has talent. He has potential to be something down the line, right? There still needs more time, more work, more tests from him to see really what he actually develops into. But you know, I feel better having him. I mean, this is my take. I feel better having him behind Geno than I do AOC right now at this point because I know what I'm gonna get from AOC. We've all seen it. This is not like, oh shit, what's gonna happen, right? We saw what he can do. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this, and again, you know, I'm not about the Niners, but we had Carter Bradley. Look at Carter Bradley's performance on Saturday, right? This is a kid that we parked in the practice squad for a whole season. We didn't see anything from him besides preseason. He never came up from practice squad at any point. They went out and got Ritter to come in and be that third quarterback when AOC and Booger Minshew went down, right? They didn't have the faith in him. And this kid comes out, plays preseason. Yeah, he played against our street guys, but kid had decent numbers. Yeah, it was 8 from 13, 96 yards, didn't get a touchdown, but he had a little bit more production, right? So, I mean, that kind of goes to show you, you know, I honestly would take, I would feel better if it's Cam. This needs to be played out. This competition needs to happen at QB2 to really see who really deserves that job. You know, and if it's Cam, it's Cam. See, Anthony says AOC is asparagus. There you go. Yeah, says Miller ain't ready. It looks good though. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then this doesn't mean that Cam's gonna go in right away. That does not mean that. But what it is that this kid is gonna have the luxury to be able to go ahead and really be one more spot up behind, like right behind Geno, and he's gonna get more direct tutelage from Geno. Now, one thing that I did see from that game when Cam was playing, and I think he just had his first series and you know it didn't go good. You saw Geno sit next to him and they're going over film and he's in his ear, which is great to see from your veteran quarterback trying to go ahead and school and coach the young QBs for sure. Anthony says trade AOC and the Mokes to Cleveland for Shador. There you go. They might take the Mokes, dog. The Mokes might be the sell right there. There you go. There you go. Reese says AOC doesn't have a fat scale. He has a slow scale. 2023, snail 2024, molasses 2025. How are you getting slower with all this tech? Players coming from ACL quad tears do it before AOC gets foot agility. 100% facts, bro. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Super says Parsons is a move Al Davis would have made. It's too reckless. A corner like Rasul Douglas could be good. Secondary is a concern. We're definitely going to go ahead and get into that for sure. For sure. Reese says wasted picks. We should have gotten more linebackers, corners. In the draft, Lindenberg, even Cam is a waste. Should have kept Bradley. I don't know, bro. I don't know. For me, the jury's not out on Cam yet, so we'll see. Let's see. AOCU with the starting O line can get shit done. I don't trust Miller. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, we'll see. My guy Super says, stop trimming what we could have had. Sanders is gone. Deal with it. We wasted picks because we didn't draft well. So we second guess shit. Stop. We could have, would have. Yep. Yeah. You know, we got to go ahead and really talk about what we have. You know, for everybody who wants to go ahead and trade for Shador, that is probably not going to happen. It's not that. For one, not that I wouldn't want to happen, but looking at this regime is not like Shador. Two, I don't think the Browns will ever even let him go. Unless they cut him. That's different. I don't know if that's even going to remotely happen because he's been playing pretty well over there. So having those two, I don't think. And then three, Spytek would not make a move to go ahead and trade for Spytek and give up, draft capital for him. I don't see that. I don't see Coupon John doing that for sure. Shout out to my guy Bueno in the building. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute. All right, let's see here. Troy says we should have traded for Marcus. Chip Kelly offense and he played for him at Oregon. There you go. For sure. You'll see he runs into sacks. Yep. So, yeah. Let's see what happens. But, I'm gonna go into this comment one more here from Super. He says seems like this is a rebuild season. Don't use rebuild, retool. Hidden behind a lot of Carroll optimism, Genty, Bowers, Gino, the key to season, along with Chip Kelly, making adjustments and lining up the scoreboard late in games, bro. And I wanted to go ahead and highlight your comment, bro, because this goes directly into my next segment, is how this offense is going to go ahead and look this season coming up. To be honest, I think this offense is going to look very different from last year. We just got a little preview, got a little taste on Saturday. It looked good, it looked fucking way better than what it did the previous game, right? We saw more production from Genty. We saw the O-line step up and play better. We got to see what Gino can do, his poise, his confidence, his command of the team and being able to go ahead and drive downfield is very evident. Something that AOC really doesn't have. He's very shaking on that. We could tell he has that nervous look, that nervous play about him. I'm sorry, that's just that's my take on it. That's my take what I look at AOC. But we got to see the sneak preview of how it's going to look between Gino and Brock. We're hearing all this stuff come out of training camp where they're finding each other. He's finding Thornton. He almost got Thornton deep on the ball. Just missed him. just missed him by like a step and a half or something like that. He was right there, right there. He catches that, he hits him. That's 6, right? So he's just missing Thornton on deep balls. I don't know if there was a route or whatever, but having weapons like Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton, Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker is going to play, I think, a big part in this offense now, right? Where we were questioning where would he even fit at all. I think, even though he's undersized, I think he could still go ahead and make big plays. And we saw that the previous game. He didn't have a whole lot of production this game, but definitely they have something lined up for him for sure. Having that another kind of veteran out there and being in this like third year now, which is crazy, right? And just Genty running the rock. That's it. And he can go out for a screen pass and make plays happen. So just having all that command, I feel that we are definitely going to go ahead and put up points, a lot more points. The way we were able to go ahead and drive that ball in that first quarter, we got a touchdown off the bat in that first quarter. It goes to show what this offense could go ahead and potentially do this season coming up, right? So obviously we still need to see a little bit more, and the play type also is probably going to change come that week one they actually roll out the playbook. And that's the thing. This is not even the full play, but this is just like the basic shit on the playbook. That's how it is. There's no real deception. There's no real, movement to go ahead and make teams kind of guess on, certain guys and whatnot. So I really think that this offense is going to do a lot of big things in 2025. Now, the defensive side is going to be that question. This is too bright. The defensive side is going to be the question on how they actually go ahead and perform. We're going to go ahead and get into it in just a bit, but offensively, at one point, I forgot who put it out there. We're projected to go ahead and average about 24 points per game, and I think that's about accurate. So, and I've said time and time again, in order for us to be able to go ahead and find success, we need to be able to go ahead and break 20 points. Now, in this game, we saw that. We didn't break 20. We got it to 19, right? And by a fucking stroke of miracle, they hit that game-winning field goal, right? Whatever, right? It's preseason, it is what it is, right? You can only expect so much from the backups and, the threes, the fours, guys from the street, whatever, right? But, the name of the game is still at the end of the day to break 20 points. And for us to be able to go ahead and average 24, I think that's going to be good. Now, I haven't read anything else that has changed, but still 24 points. I think it's something that is very much in line to what we're able to go ahead and do this coming season, right? These games are going to be close, y'all. These games are going to be won within a matter of 3 to 7 points. Definitely going to be under 10. Definitely going to be under 10. It's going to be won or lost by under 10 points. So get ready for fucking nail biters, y'all. Get ready to go ahead and pull your fucking hair out week in, week out, all the way to like week 18 and shit. We're just like about had it. But again, if we can go ahead and get a magic number of 8 and 9 and double our wins from last year, I'll be happy. That may or may not translate to a playoff appearance, a playoff berth, but we might be definitely in the mix of that, right? But I think that's something that you can go ahead and put more of a realistic expectation on this team, especially with a little bit of a setbacks defensively. It's going to really require this offense to really go ahead and put a lot of points on the board for real. That's kind of what we're going to go ahead and have to boil this down to. It's just like our offense is really going to go ahead and carry us. defense is it's gonna be it's being dubbed that bend don't break type of shit, right? We saw there was some wins defensively, but there was some real concerns in certain spots in that defense. And I'm going to go ahead and get down to that. But offensively, I think we're definitely going to be very, very formidable. We're going to be definitely shooting out, being able to go ahead and shoot it out with a lot of teams out there, and bringing back that run game, baby. Bring back that run game. That's something that I'm very, very excited about. For us to be able to go ahead and run the ball again, for sure, 100%. Let's see here. Super says Mill looked like he was in sync and on time. AOC second guessed himself, trying to be too perfect. Miller is fluid and can throw on the run, and that's the thing. That's what distinguishes him and AOC. It's just he's in sync. He's just poised. He has, I don't know. He has that calmness about him that he can just go ahead and be able to drive shit down the field. And again, it's in certain situations you need those tests to go ahead and really see what these guys are made of. On those game time situations, potential game winning situations where you're trying to go ahead and drive the ball and be able to get the team into winning position, which he tried to at the end. He got picked. It happens, but other than that, I do like what I'm seeing from Cam Miller. Definitely got to see more from him for sure. Gio says maybe it's the number, but Miller does scramble like Bruce Gradkowski. F. Jeff Garcia. He was so near. Oh man. Yeah, it says first preseason TD drive was nice, good command. Yep, exactly. So yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and keep an eye on him. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go D-line performance. We from the starters, we saw some good activity from them. I like what I saw from obviously Max. Max was doing his damn thing. I like what I saw from him. Saw some good stuff from Tyree. Surprisingly, from D tackle, right? We're gonna go ahead and get into that as well. But I like what I saw from Max. He did the damn thing. For sure. Let me go ahead and pull that up really quick. All right. And then I'll pull up Tyrese after that as well. All right, here we go. So this is Max play for a loss. Beautiful applying pressure. And let me go ahead and pull up Tyrese. Shout out to Ted Nguyen. If you don't follow Ted, go ahead and give him a follow on Twitter. But this is from Tyree. Tyree being here. Oops, I didn't play it. My bad. Thought I had share. Let me go ahead and try again. Give me a second. There we go. All right. Cool. There you go. So you see Max stuffing that run. Great pressure from him. And then let me go ahead and pull up Tyrese. And again, shout out to Ted Nguyen. If you don't follow Ted, make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow. And then you see Tyree over here. Was able to go ahead and get in and be able to go ahead and help out with that tackle. But also too, he had a couple other good plays as well. So Tyree finding some success at D tackle, and that's something that we had talked about over the last couple of weeks of him possibly shifting over to that D tackle, because he's been struggling so much from the edge position, right? And that's probably not his forte. He struggles to go ahead and really get off the snap and really make any type of move to go ahead and beat his guy. So we saw some good stuff from Walu, another guy that had a pretty well game as well. So but the thing here that I'm going to go ahead and point out, I'm going to say this, and that's something that we might need to go ahead and work on, is really applying that pressure without those blitzes, because we had to go ahead and use some of the blitzes to really apply that pressure, right? And we can't always operate that way. So we really need to go ahead and really see something from the. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, my daughter's just tripping and stuff. But we really need to go ahead and see pressure from that front four without blitzes, right? So there's definitely more work that needs to be had there. Hopefully, that's something that we can go ahead and really start putting together and putting forward in the next game coming up, right? Not really having to depend on those blitzes to go ahead and provide pressure for sure, but definitely seeing more from definitely saw more better success from the starters from that front four, but having to use some of the blitzes to go ahead and provide some of that pressure as well, which is not all that great, but definitely can go ahead and be worked on for sure. Let me go ahead and go back to the chat. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday night. Salute to you guys wherever you guys be at. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It does go a long way to go ahead and support the show. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe if this is your first time, especially if you're feeling what you're hearing. I'm on 3 days a week, Monday nights, Raiders Unfiltered, the Wednesday show, the Connection show with the guys, Cheeto Linus, LV Rated 10, Jeff 401 Raider, and then myself. And then Saturdays, Good Morning Raiders with my guy, the Raider Rundown. That is the guest show. We doing the damn thing. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, click that noti. Anytime any news goes down, I go on. So make sure you guys don't get left in the dark. Appreciate everyone pulling up and tapping in for sure. Let's see here. Going back to this. Bueno says Aiden's a Josh McDaniels guy. It's pretty obvious the scheme doesn't fit him. 100%. 100%. I agree with that, bro. It does not fit him. He is struggling and struggling bad. You know. Sorry for the AOC fans out there, but it's just facts, man. It's just facts. Shout out to my guy Billy Davis in the building. Salute to you, brother. Thank you for pulling up. I don't know if you're going to work yet, but if you are, hope you have a good shift, my guy, for sure. Troy says we need another pass rusher. Kuntz doesn't look good. I don't think he doesn't look good. I just think we haven't seen a whole lot from him, and we're still waiting for Kuntz. So I don't know if Kuntz just kind of thinking about it because of the injury and just doesn't want to go ahead and put a lot of effort out there. I don't know. It might be a mental thing, to be honest with you, and that might be because of preseason. You know, this is a proving year for him. He's on a 1-year deal. He's trying to get that bread. You know, and if he gets injured, don't see him being on this roster next year for sure. For sure. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna highlight this real quick. Reese says everyone has a problem with AOC. Let's grow a pair. Be honest. Instead of getting Shador, we got feelings. Went for a lesson in talent because of feelings and media. I don't think it's that, bro, because it just wasn't us. It was like other teams as well. There was teams that were quarterback needy that passed on him. That's the thing. And what we're seeing from AOC is something that, at least for me, I've been talking about for the last like year. I've been talking about it. You know, I'm only been on, only had my channel for about almost a year. 1 year anniversary coming up really soon next month. But I've been saying this from the get go. I mean, if this is the same AOC we've been seeing, you know, almost week in, week out. You know, we heard that he was doing things off season to improve himself, and I was like, okay, cool. I was optimistic, and let's see if we can see a better version of AOC. Maybe year 3 is a year for him. We haven't seen that, bro. We have not, man. And what I saw from that this is an open practice, dog. You're just scrimmaging against your own team. And the timing was off, communication, he was just grounding balls, bro. Like, you know, this is not like, oh, I'm going to ground or throw it away. This is like, I'm trying to hit this dude, and it just went back. So his throws were off, overthrows, you know, it just, he did not look good, man. And I didn't play a clip earlier from that peak clip. There was another part to it where they're interviewing the Niner defender who caught that interception. He didn't know his name. He's like, "What's that dude? What's the quarterback's name? O'Connell? Yeah. He just lined it up perfectly for me." And I just read it. That's the type of shit that you get from AOC, dog. And it's just not because everybody just wants to go ahead and out and just be like, that dude's just fucking trash. It's just what we're seeing out on the field, dog. It's just what we're seeing out on the field, bro. So that's the thing with AOC. That's the thing that you see with AOC. So I welcome there's a quarterback competition for quarterback 2 and see how that plays out. Now, if he bounces back, has a great game next weekend, and he wins that quarterback 2 position, cool. With it, bro. It is what it is. Just run it. But if he loses it and gets slid down to QB3 and practice squad, or I don't know, they might run 3 quarterbacks this season. I have no idea. We're gonna wait and see until that bye week to really know how the 53 is gonna really sort out, right? And we'll know whether or not they're gonna run 3 quarterbacks or not, right? So yeah, we'll see. But let's see here. Let's see. Gio says, I'm super disappointed with AOC. Why aren't the coaches working on his foot speed? It's obvious that's his weakness since he was 2. Bro, I mean, they can work on it all you want, but if you don't have the talent for it, you don't have the talent for it. And it's just not also up to the coaches. He has to put in the work too, dog. You know, if he really wants to go ahead and improve on that, he should have been done that in the offseason, bro. He should have like linked up with guys to go ahead, or bring in coaches to go ahead and work on that. I don't know if that was the case. Don't know. I know that he was working on film with Brady. You know, I think he was connecting with him on that, but it's just, you know, with the foot speed, the whole thing is just, he has to put in that work. I mean, you know, you have guys that like Gino was out practicing in Florida, like after he got signed, dog. You know, he was out there doing the damn thing on 2 occasions. You know, you took like I think like a couple of dudes recently before training camp out to Miami, and he was still practicing, bro. You know, and they had a month off before training camp, and you know, some things are on the player. They're just not always on the coach, and sometimes it's talent and skills, you know, that you just have, and sometimes you just don't have it. So I don't know. Shout out to my guy Chewy in the building. What's good, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. Let's see here. Super says Kappa was a puzzling signing, especially since he got hurt. So how is he competing with the AOC? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what's up with Kappa, but for sure. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Salute to you. Thanks for pulling up. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Shout out to Person. He says, as a Niner faithful, I must say, Raiders played a very competitive game against us. Antigenta will be a force to be reckoned with. My Niners still on the big. Go Niners. Hey, man. Appreciate you. It was a competitive game. Very competitive game. Guys just stole it at the end. It is what it is. You know. But let's see here. Let's see here. Reese says the Raiders are not sure to win football decisions. We bring in Hilton for slot. Hilton signed already, dog. I think he signed with the Dolphins. Because I checked the other day and I was trying to see who's still available. He's with the Dolphins. So right now, honestly, it's probably Asante Samuel. And there's like another guy. I think Emmanuel Mosley. I think he's another guy. I can try to pull it up. Let's see. Corner back free agents 2025. Okay. And I'll go into it in just a bit. Because I'm actually going to go ahead and slide into my next segment. Let's see here. Yeah, see, Super says Hilton would have been a dope slot. Agreed. Where that was Justin Simmons at? Where's Quentin Jefferson? Yeah. Let's see. All right. All right. Let me pull this up. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday night. Let's go ahead and talk about this because this is definitely a really serious concern, a deep concern, especially for me. Secondary's performance is not great. Yeah, Chin had a pick. Shout out to Chin on that pick. He had a bounce back game from the previous week, but we got cooked in the middle, and we knew this was coming. You know, we did pretty well versus the run, but the middle was where we're getting cooked. So, you know, Porter didn't look a whole lot impressive this past game. Stokes, same thing. Kyrie Kelly looked solid again. Like I definitely has the ability to go ahead and make this roster for sure. You can see a whole lot from DCAM. I don't know, man. Paul Mal looked okay, but didn't see like a whole big, something where I'm really like impressed. But I know what we can get from Paul Mal. I'm not too worried there. Chin was the guy that I was kind of a little bit more concerned about, and I saw a better game performance from him. So that confidence is starting to come back up because he's a new guy on the team, new to go ahead and work with Patrick Graham this season, right? Paul Mal's been here, even though Pete's new. He still has Patrick Graham, so he knows his defense. But we're getting cooked. We got kicked in the middle for sure. For slot guys, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, right now who's available is Asante Samuel, but he's coming off a neck injury, and that's why he's still out there. So a lot of teams concerned about that. Emmanuel Mosley from Detroit, another guy that's out there, and he's coming off. He came off a pectoral. He had a pec tear last season, and then he was sick. I think the last game of the season or something like that. But yeah, he's still out there, right? We don't know how that would look like, but that's definitely a guy can also come in and potentially be a guy as well. But other than that, I mean, there's not a whole lot of other guys out there that would be viable to go ahead and come in and pick up another corner, right? So I don't know how this regime is going to go ahead and play that out. If they're waiting to see who gets cut, and we potentially go ahead and pick up somebody once a 53 is out, or maybe somebody gets cut this week, and we see a roster move or anything like that. But I think we definitely need help in the secondary. We definitely need to get that boosted more. With the current lineup, I'm a little bit worried. Y'all. So I don't know. You know, that goes into how this defense look this season. You know, it's going to look this season so far. We're going to struggle. And smart teams will definitely, and if they have pretty good receivers, we're probably going to get cooked down up the middle, you know. So we're going to see how Terrell Edmonds plays out. If they bring Chin down to go ahead and play that slot position, and you have Terrell Edmonds up there, that may or may not work. I don't know. We have to really kind of see how that plays out. But what it looks like right now, this defense is really relied on that front four pressure, and it's going to be a lot of blitzing behind those schemes as well. So it's really where last year we had our defense really bailing us out and really keeping us in games. I think is going to be the opposite effect. It's going to be the offense that really keeps us in games. The defense is going to be the ones that are struggling. But what we saw from the starters, again, is that bend don't break, right? So that gives me a little bit of hope. It does give me hope. But there is questions for sure. There is issues. There's issues in that slot in the middle of the field that need to be definitely buttoned up. That are very, very questionable right now. Very questionable. So let's see. But go shout out to TG. Salute, brother. This is a mixture of everybody, brother. We're just Raider fans, bro. Period. So appreciate you pulling up. Let's see here. My guy Gio says 30-18. Purdy threw a dagger and exposed the obvious, but this has been the Raiders' downfall for the last 20 years. Yeah. So I don't know how Pete really has in mind to go ahead and really work this, bro. But and they really didn't want to address it during the offseason. I mean, we're still in the offseason technically because the season hasn't really started yet. It's still preseason, but I mean, we're a few weeks away from kicking off week 1. How is this going to look? You know, I'm wondering. I'm really wondering. I'm really questioning what we're going to go ahead and do for up the middle, because it's a big thing. We're gonna get smoked. We're gonna get cooked every fucking time. You know. Let's see here. Reese says Jalen Hurts. Every time I see Tyree picked at 7, Jalen Carter 43 on top 100. Medium fans not winning. Medium time. So, yeah, for sure. Yeah, right now we're just trying to make the best out of Tyree, bro. And I don't know if we could potentially move Tyree for really anything viable at this point. Gio says it could be 3rd and 90, and somehow they'll draw the flag on him for sure. Let's see. Yeah. Shout out to Leaky in the building. What it do, brother? Salute. Let's see here. Yeah, Super says Eric so tends to stumble. His footwork is sloppy. Then he's too leggy, so his turn is difficult. Only bonus is run support. Caillou Blue Kelly might be a gem too. Yeah, he might be, bro. He's really playing. This is the second year with us, so he's really playing like he really wants to be on this roster. So we'll see, man. Sometimes we get those diamond in the roughs. You know, look at Jacorian. He had a pretty cool game up to the point where he got fucked up. He's on another injury, so I don't know. But I mean, I like Jacorian. I like this play when he was healthy. When he wasn't healthy, obviously, you know, it is what it is. But Let's see here. Reese says we Hilton for Slaw, veteran cheaper. He knows KC and on our conference, but now we have proven potential of D Holmes. But we cover that's B's with P and the whispering DB guy. Okay, I'm not sure what he meant there. But yeah, let me go ahead and continue on. But the game takeaways here, I mean, our starting offense looked good. Offensive line stepped up big time. And this definitely is something to go ahead and kind of look forward towards come week 1. I think this is the lineup that we're going to go ahead and see from a starting line. I don't see that really changing too much. If they for the guys that are out there waiting to see JPJ get slide back in center, doubt that happens. Skipping a beat, doubt that happens, right? I think they like Meredith too much, and he shows that he's been doing pretty good at that position, right? So I don't know. Receiver core looks good. Genty looks good, and that's something that we've been waiting to see from Genty. I think he's as advertised, so long as the O-line blocks and is able to go ahead and open up the gaps and the lanes for Genty. I think he's going to find success. Obviously, our guy receiver core is going to go ahead and block for them down the field. We saw that from Dante Thornton and Trey Tucker, and we know that Jacoby could do that. Besh can do that. Brock can do that. So definitely going to see good things from Genty. Raheem Mostert is going to probably be that 1-2 punch. Chris Collier definitely has a chance to go ahead and make this roster, and probably will make this roster, to be honest with you. So that'll probably be the third back that we might potentially see. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, defensively, Max is doing his thing. I think he's going to have a pretty good year. Waiting to see what Coon springs. This is definitely a put up or shut up year for him. On that 1 year, he has to go ahead and bring it. Adam Butler's going to do his damn thing. Now, the question here is who's going to be the other D tackle position? Is it going to be Thomas Booker? Is it going to be Lualu? Is it going to be Pegues or somebody else? We don't know yet. The jury's still not out on Thomas Booker. Lualu had a pretty solid performance. We don't know what's going to come of him as of yet. Right, you guys let me know your thoughts on that position. But it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be that other guy who's going to be starting next to Max on the other side and next to Anna Butler, right? Secondary. We just talked about it. Issues at slot, right? Young corner, rookie corner. You got a veteran corner, but injury prone. How's that going to look? There's some questions on his ability. They didn't have a great game last week versus the Niners, right? So we'll see how they bounce back this week. Jeremy Chen, as they'll pull him out, I think the starters over up top will be okay. This might be what it's starting to look like is going to be a bend don't break type of offense. They're going to go ahead and give up certain shit in the middle. But keep it in front of them, right? Short passes up the middle. Maybe we'll see one for 10, 15 yards. We get kicked like that, right? But what the bad thing is about those is that these teams will start go ahead and gain momentum, and they really can go ahead and put a big drive, and it could be really demoralizing for the defense. You really don't want to go ahead and run that way. So I'm really waiting to see what Pete and PG do to go ahead and really address this, right? Are they going to go ahead and really bring in another corner? Are they waiting to see who gets freed up? Or are they going to go out and sign an available free agent that, if you guys go on that list, is not a whole lot impressive? You got James Bradbury. All these guys are injured. Stephen Gilmore is still there, like Sante Samuel. But these guys are coming off injury, right? Are they going to go ahead and pursue one of these guys to go ahead and bring in and and really play that slot position. I don't know, right? I think right now, as of right now, it's still man, I forgot his name. Um, they still have Darnay Holmes as as the de facto starting nickel, right? So is he really going to go ahead and really play all 18 games this year? I don't know. Do you really want to go ahead and do that? I wouldn't. So interesting to see how they're going to go ahead and really address that. We're still waiting from Tyree. We see little glimpses. Could he be a D tackle? Could this be a thing where he might go ahead and really rotate in that D tackle and really start finding success there? We hope so. We hope so. It's time. Put up a shut up for him too. It's that type of year, right? So we'll see what happens with that, but the game takeaways is that there's still some work that needs to be done defensively. Offensively, we look good. And O'Connell still struggling. Don't have very much hope for that. Cam Miller, we'll still need to see more from Cam Miller. We still need more tests from him. Didn't have a great game like he did the previous week. But this is a thing. Is he going to be able to go ahead and bounce back? QB2, I think, is still wide open. From what you heard from Pete, I think is definitely up for grabs for sure. For sure. Let me go ahead and put this up. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and shift over to Raiders versus Cardinal preview. But before I do, let me go back to the chat again. Appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday night. Wherever you guys be at, whether you guys are already at home or you guys driving home from work, if you guys heading to work or stuck at work, you guys are side check cows or whatever, salute to you guys. Appreciate you guys tapping in. And I hope this day makes it a little bit better and makes your time go by a little bit faster if you're stuck at work for sure. Let's see here. Okay. Let me go back and get some of these comments. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up. Let's see. Gio says 20 more days until Raiders start the season. Want to know? Believe it, baby. Ray, hold on, bro. I got to do it right.
Raiders!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. Super says Hilton was a missed opportunity, but they did get Jermaine Pratt, Jamal Adams playing with a chip on the shoulder. Yeah. So that's the thing with Jamal. Even though he lines up at the slot, not playing slot, he's going to go ahead and be blitzing. He's going to be blitzing. Leaky says Nate Hobbs, Marcus F. Spillane, Jack Jones, Jacorian Bennett, more they haven't done or made a difference in the last couple of seasons with or without them. Our defense has been horrendous for years. I think our defense was pretty good last year. I mean, it really did keep us in games. I think this year is really we were taking a step back, and it's crazy for it being that Pete's here, right? It's not, we've been hyping up this defense, but I think when he looked at it, he's like, "Fuck, this offense really needs to be like addressed like now." And if we want to go ahead and really make a run for it, we have to start putting things together offensively. I think that's what they did. And when you do that, unfortunately, sometimes defense takes a back seat. So let's see. There is a black hole, bro. It's just not like Oakland. But there is a black hole. I've sat in there. It's cool. It gets rowdy for sure. Reese says Stokes is the best we have, and he has all that issues. Plenty of corners in the draft. Yeah, there was plenty of corners. Yeah, I wish we'd have taken another one for sure, bro. But it is what it is. My guy Bueno says I have a feeling that this regime will do us right once roster cuts come. They know how to evaluate talent. Got guys in the front office that know what they are doing for once. There you go, bro. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this is the last of it yet. Guys are still getting cut from other teams. we don't. What we do is basically we'll let go guy for bringing on a guy. We're not really cutting guys like that unless it's like behavior issues or something like that. So let's see here. Horror says, shout out to Horror Fanatic. Appreciate you pulling up. Seems like Kuntz isn't fully healthy. He isn't having a good camp. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's not fully healthy. I think he's just thinking about it too much on his injury that he just recovered from. Can't help it, but you think that. So let's see here. Let's see. Appreciate you, Gio, pulling up. I got with the Ray. Hold on, dog. I got to do the soundbite. There you go. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and move into this Cardinals versus Raiders preview. I'm gonna be there this weekend in Phoenix. It's gonna be fucking hot, but I'm gonna be there with the fam doing the damn thing. We're gonna go ahead and catch that preseason game. Obviously, I don't know if we're going to go ahead and still see the same amount of play time from the starters, if they're going to go ahead and play another full quarter, or if they're going to go ahead and go more into a half. Could possibly be that. We'll see, right? If they play another quarter, I'm okay with that. I think we saw what we saw from Gino. There might be certain guys that they might need to go ahead and put out there. I don't think we need to see too much from Brock Bowers, maybe Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers. I think he'd definitely just need a couple reps, but having Jack Bish kind of run with Gino, I would like to go ahead and see that more. More of Chris Collier, Raheem Mostert, really start getting back into that running back battle to see who's going to go ahead and be the 3 or 4 guys that are going to be part of that running back room. Defensively, obviously, we got to have more pressure from the front 4 without really utilizing a whole lot of blitz, and really having those blitz packages be those special packages that just come in and just shut shit down, right? Secondary has to definitely step up. We need to see way more protection in that nickel slot position for sure. Don't know how that's going to go ahead and work out with Darnay Holmes being back there. You have Grady Vance back there, and Caillou is there. So Caillou might be a guy that could possibly step into that role and be the de facto nickel guy. I don't know. We'll see. We need to see more from him for sure. Safeties, Isaiah Paul, Jeremy Chin, I think, need to continue doing their thing. We saw a couple things from Trey Taylor. He played pretty well. We need to see more from Terrell Edmonds for sure. But the defensive tackle, that battle there from Thomas Booker, Jonah Lualu, JJ Pegues, who's potentially going to be able to go ahead and take that other starting role at D tackle is going to be interesting. Obviously, not letting big plays develop up the middle defensively is going to be the key here. Continuing to go ahead and stop the run game is another important part. We're going to have to obviously hit 20 points or more to go ahead and win this. I would like to see more of Cam Miller. Hopefully it's pretty, a quarter and a half of play would be suffice to go ahead and get a good body of work from him. So now we can kind of see how he really performs. Leaving up that 1 quarter of play, whatever time is left where he goes in, I don't think it's enough. I think we need to see probably like either a full half from him or a quarter and a half of work from him. You'll see there's just a whole lot of work that needs to be done from him. Really stepping in and being confident in that pocket and not panic when the rush is coming, and having that ability to go ahead and look out for those blitzes, for that rush coming in. he has to step it up. He has to step it up for sure. But it is his job to lose. So I don't know. I don't know. But we could potentially win this again. I think it's going to be a close game. It's probably going to be somewhere where we can win 21-14. It could be a 20. It could be a 20-21 situation where we pull it out. It's going to be another close game, guys. I don't see this being a barn burner on our part for sure, but it's going to be definitely a good one. So we'll see what happens, but definitely I think that's going to be what Raiders have to go ahead and do to go ahead and pull this one off. But honestly, what I'm going out there for is really looking at how everybody performs as far as anybody who's not starting, right? We're coming down to the wire, 53-man roster coming up really soon. So try to get the best insights of who could potentially make this roster, who has no shot, or who's in that bubble still. So we'll see for sure. Let me go ahead and get a couple more comments in, guys, and then I'm gonna head on just a bit. Let's see here. But yeah, they did. He's very familiar with Chip Kelly's offense for sure. Let's see here. WC says we went with mystical Legion of Boom bullshit instead of talent and continuity. Our whole secondary has been Legion of Boom wannabe look that has no continuity. That's a problem. No Pete Magic fixes that. I don't think it gets fixed this season, bro. I don't think it gets fixed this season. It'll be hard to go ahead and do it for sure. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy Ardell in the building. Salute to you, brother. Salute. Yeah, see AOC with another inexplicable interception. Facts, bro. Facts for sure. Yeah, he had a couple good plays. But it's still same AOC, dog. I haven't seen anything that was very impressive. Yep, we just need Gino to play all 17, 100%. Reese says our defense didn't get blown out, but 1 or 2 games, 7 and 8, 7 and 8 one-score games. That's the playoffs. Our defense was 90% injured. That's a good defense. Numbers can't measure continuity. Most is what defense is. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree that the continuity is also what it is. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I think there's more work to be done, bro. More work to be done. Yeah, he says 10 wins. I don't know. That is very optimistic, bro. But there you go. There you go. If you want to go ahead and hit up those 10 wins for sure. There you go. I hit the Raiders, baby. I hit the Raiders. All right, cool. But other than that, that is my time, y'all. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up, rocking with me on this Monday night. As always, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Help me get the channel on the algorithm and get it out there to Raider Nation and to the Raider Nation masses. And if you're new to the show, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, turn on the noties. Whenever news drops, I go on and you don't want to be left out in the dark, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And if you really want to go ahead and support the show, make sure you guys become members today. Just like Reese, he's one of our members. You guys can go ahead and become a member by just clicking that link that's pinned up top and become a member of the JRB fam. Appreciate everyone tapping in and rocking with me on this Monday night for sure. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap into the Raider Connection on Wednesday night. I'll be rocking with my guy Cheeto Linus. I'll be Raider 10 and Raider Jeff. We're gonna do the damn thing. We're gonna preview Raiders versus Cardinals. Me and Leo are gonna be out in Phoenix. Do the damn thing with the black hole. Meet up with Jeff Barnes, Lincoln Kennedy. We're gonna do the whole damn thing out there. It's gonna be a good one. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap into the Connection show. Just as a reminder, I will not have a Good Morning Raiders on Saturday. I'll be at the tailgate, y'all. We're gonna do the damn thing. So, but I'll be on the following week. We're gonna come back. Good Morning Raiders is gonna be a good one. I'm gonna have all in on a win. Brian Fowler is gonna be our guest at Good Morning Raiders, and he's gonna talk about his fun thing that he has going on this season. It's gonna be a good one. It's always good with Brian Fowler. If you don't follow, make sure you guys go ahead and give him a quick follow on Twitter and Instagram. All in on a win. Shout out to my guy, Brian. Salute to you, brother. But other than that, appreciate you guys. As always, love, peace. Just remember, baby, just Raiders, baby. Hold on. Let me do it right.
Raiders!
Yes, sir. I'm going to end it on that note. So next time, y'all, peace.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time